Hey, welcome back to another Netcast. I'm Rich Lopez, Quantrix Authority. Fantastic that you joined me today for episode number 112. It's kind of a follow-up to episode 111. In 111, I showed you a DataLink import from Clipboard for a two-dimensional data matrix, if you will. In this podcast, episode 112, I want to show you how to do a multi-dimensional import from your clipboard. I have here a boatload of data in that far inferior product, also known as Excel. And I want to bring that into Quantrix and start building a Quantrix model off of that data. So what I would go here is I would go to Data, DataLink, and Import from Clipboard. When I do this, I go ahead and I select the correct, again, the correct data types that I want for my data set. So those ought to all be text and make those double. And then what I want to do on here, instead of selecting a two-dimensional matrix, I'm going to go ahead and select a multi-dimensional matrix because that is ultimately the power of Quantrix. And then I'm going to click Next because I want it in a new matrix. I'm going to clear these. And let's say I want to see this by region, by product ID, and maybe by subcategory. And really, whenever I'm saying that I want to see something, that really means I want those somethings to be categories, okay? And what do I want to see? Let's say I want to say sales for these. So I'd make that an item. I can go ahead and I can sort these here. And sure, I'll go ahead and sort this. I'm going to remove blank cells under a category, assume previous values. I ought to do a podcast on that one of these days, show you kind of what kind of havoc that can wreak on your models, as I've had that happen to me, but I'm sure there is some value in having it there. Anyway, I'm going to head and go click next. I want to aggregate with a sum all of those values or the sales at the specified categories that I've specified here in this step. So I'm going to head and go click sum on there, or it's going to do it for me, and then I'm going to click finish. And then what happens is if I go ahead and I move product up here to my columns, I can see that for central I have $210 in the subcategory rich of shoes. So if I go out there to this lesser program also known as Excel, and I were to go ahead and copy first before I went out there, I were to go ahead and get the name of this part code or this part code ID, right? And if I could go out here into the data now, you'll have to excuse me now. This is just kind of using this lesser program known as Excel for a little bit just to show you that things are working correctly. If I go ahead and I select on central, you can see that shoes has sales of 210, and I can see that exactly right here. If I were to go to east, I bet I would see 111.55. So let me go back to Excel, and I'm going to select, I'm going to get rid of all these and select east. And then if I were to do a sum on that, you would see 1155. Let me do it here just really quick. Throw a subtotal on there. You'd see 1155. That's exactly what I'm getting over here in Quantrix. So that's how I could get the data from that lesser program known as Excel and get it into a multidimensional model in Quantrix, where it's far superior, far easier to pivot, far easier to summarize, far easier to do everything very quickly using DataLink import from Clipboard. Anyway, I hope you find that useful. That's something that I use very frequently when I'm just kind of building ad hoc models or starting to prototype models. Anyway, I hope that you'll have questions about Quantrix, and I hope that you'll reach out to me at quantrixauthority@gmail.com. I received 2 questions today. It absolutely made my day to be able to try to help people with this awesome tool. So please reach out to me. I want to make you a Quantrix master. So please join me again for another episode of Quantrix Authority with Rich Lopez, where I absolutely love Quantrix.